Like so many others, I recently joined a run club, and afterwards I was talking with a business owner over coffee. We were talking about all the kind of normal stuff, websites, SEO, advertising, oh, how are you getting new clients, all that general stuff. And then of course I had to ask, are you familiar with AI or have you used ChatGPT? I'm always so interested to see how people are using AI on a day-to-day basis. And his response is very similar to many other business owners that I've talked to in this kind of casual setting, which is, oh yeah, I've tried it out, but I haven't really used it too much in my day-to-day activities. If you're watching this, you're probably deep in the rabbit holes of AI. So the mere concept of not using ChatGPT or Claude or any of these other AI platforms on a daily basis is kind of insane, which is hilarious in itself because this stuff only came out a couple years ago. But he's like, yeah, I don't really use ChatGPT that much on a day-to-day basis. He had never even heard of Claude or Gemini or Llama. I mean, I didn't even mention any of those. So when he asked me what I did, and I was explaining what Stammer.ai does and how businesses like his could create custom AI agents that know everything about the business, and then they're on the website and help drive more leads and conversions and reduce support costs and all the good things. And I could tell there was an inkling of an idea there where the aha moment was starting to brew in his mind, but it wasn't quite the full on, oh my gosh, jump to my computer, I need to get this thing right now. And I think this is one of the benefits of having the personalized aha moment for you or your business, where you're actually utilizing AI for yourself within your specific use case on a day-to-day basis. So you can personally see how this quote unquote AI stuff all works and benefits you personally, directly. This quote unquote AI aha moment. And the whole point of that story is to illustrate this idea that we are still so early. If you're in this bubble of AI, like I am, it might think like everybody and their mother and their brother is already using this stuff. But when reality is market penetration on AI, especially with business owners, is incredibly low. And so what's really cool is the agencies that are already working with these businesses to create their websites or run their ads, content creation, SEO, blogging, whatever it may be. These are all incredible opportunities to be able to provide this AI aha moment to your clients and have your agency reap the rewards and benefits and profit from this implementation of AI for this client, rather than that money going to a big company like Intercom or whatever it may be. So when I talk with agency owners, a lot of these people have had their own personal aha moments, just like I've had. But when it comes to actually implementing and trying to sell this stuff to an actual business, shifting the fun aha moment to something that's grounded in reality like ROI can be difficult to visualize if you don't already do it. And this is a question that we get all the time, and this is a great example of that. And since we're looking at Stammer.ai to start up an AI automation agency for our existing AI clients, I'm a bit concerned about the value proposition of an AI agency if clients can just build their own. This is a very, very common recurring question that we see all the time, and it's quite simple to break down. So the first point of value an AI agency can provide to clients is simply the fact of doing it. And this is because business owners really only want to focus about their business. They don't want to focus about AI. And we see this all the time. A good example of this could be building a website. It's never been easier to build a website than ever before. Yet so many business owners turn to agencies to help build them their websites. The same thing can be said for AI. Business owners want to focus on their business, not AI. So the second piece of value an agency can provide when talking about these AI agents and services is the fact that because all of this stuff is so new, one of the core concepts behind it all is this idea of prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is the act of writing a set of instructions for an artificial intelligence AI model to follow. Now, while these prompts are written in English, they can be written in a way that will make them do certain things or not certain things, which is how you can create all of these wild use cases that are super fun and exciting. If a business owner is very familiar with ChatGPT or prompting with something like that, their exposure to prompting might be as something as simple as like, write me a blog post about certain topic. When you're talking about creating a custom AI agent that can answer questions, can be easy to create, but difficult to perfect. And again, a business owner is not going to want to spend the time to sit down and perfect these things, especially when the amount of money that you could charge could potentially have a massive upside in ROI. The best part about knowing how to write prompts or being a quote unquote prompt engineer is once you know how to do it, it becomes extremely easy for you to rinse and repeat and write and create new prompts. Because just like many other things in the no code world, you're going to have the ability to have templates and then be able to clone those templates and then customize those templates for each client as needed. At the end of the day, a business owner really only cares about one thing, and it's their bottom line. The point of a business is to make money. And if you're able to approach the business owner from this point of view and be able to show how you can clearly increase their profits or reduce their costs, it'll go a long way for you to be able to work with them and get them on as a new client as quickly as possible. Once you create a relationship with a potential business client, you can start to figure out more about their business and what their needs are, and then be able to orient your offer to that niche and who your audience potentially is within that niche. And usually there's going to be a combination of these, but it's always better to show a very clear and ideally a singular version or path of how a business is going to profit from this endeavor or this activity. And like I mentioned before, that could be in the form of new leads generated, customer support tickets reduced, which inherently reduce reduce customer support costs. These are all very easily directly attributable to AI agents because there will be an extreme drop off in customer support tickets, or there'll be an increased amount of leads from a certain new channel. So it's super easy to track these kind of things. And this is a great place to start. It's one thing to say that you can increase your profits, but it's another thing to actually be able to show it to a customer or a client. This is one of the benefits of being able to have a call with your client before you're trying to sell them on everything. Because on this call, you can not only show them what an AI agent can do, hopefully so that they have their own AI aha moment, but so you can also demonstrate a real world value of what your SaaS, software as a service, is going to be able to provide them as a business. And so just like this question above, how much ROI can I get from this activity? The questions an agency can ask a business owner can directly set yourself up for success when showing the value of an AI agent. You basically have to figure out and ask how much money they are paying currently per month for customer support or customer support related activities. Then you can use a interactive profit calculator. And that's the cool part. You can have this calculator pulled up on the call with them. You can type in the information that they just gave you live on the call and then dial in some of the options to be able to show them how much money they will be able to save by using these AI agents. A quick example could be if a business is paying $5,000 a month and an AI agent is able to cut support by 20%, that would be $1,000 off $5,000 a month. So if a business is able to save $1,000 a month, do you think they'd be willing to pay you a couple $100 a month to save $1,000? And that's where you can start to show the true value or ROI of what this stuff can actually offer a business. To hold you over, one of my favorite sites is called Calconic. It's a free site that allows you to create these interactive calculators. It's really cool. Another cool place to play around with this would be Claude, because you could type in the prompt, build me an interactive calculator, and then customize it to your liking. But once you create an interactive calculator, one of the fields that you're going to have to create or add is going to be what you're actually pricing this service per month, depending on the value that you're showing. And so there's kind of two ways to think about this. And the way that I like to explain this to people is looking at this idea of software as a service, SaaS, and specifically the second S, or service, in SaaS. How much service are you actually providing to your clients? And that will also help dictate what you can charge per month for some of these AI agents, on top of using these interactive calculators to show a real world savings or real world increase of conversion rate. If we're talking about a low service offer, that could be something that's lower price, something that has a lot more customers and a lot more churn. The most common price range I see for this low service ticket is going to be in the $100 to $300 a month range. I don't really see it going much lower than that. And even then, I really wouldn't recommend it. And then on the flip side of this, we have the high service offer, which can be categorized more as a done for you offer, where once the business owner has given their information, they can kind of step back a little bit and let the agency do most of the work. And obviously this commands a higher price point. Agencies who are successful in this high service area typically have a large existing customer base that is pretty niche down already. So they're able to take one example or a couple clients and then be able to templatize the work that they did for those clients and then essentially resell it, rinse and repeat style, to all of their existing other clients. Once you have these existing relationships with customers, and agency owners who have been around for a while will agree with this, business owners will start coming to you with more and more questions over the years, especially if they know that you will respond to their questions and emails and text messages and phone calls and all the things. I can't tell you how many times I've worked with businesses where we initially were hired to build them a website, and then a few months or years down the line, they're like, oh, can you help us with our marketing or our paid ads, whatever it may be. This is such a common reoccurrence from my past 10 years of running a website development agency, that this high service ticket can also be considered within this bundle idea, because bundling is also a really incredible opportunity to be able to charge a lot more money for something like this. So yeah, that's basically the value proposition of an AI agency for a business. And it all really comes down to these two things: saving money or making money, both indirectly or directly, for the business. If you can show this, you will succeed.